everybody, it's Chris and welcome back. So today we're going to be reacting to the Gabby Show, My Psycho Neighbor story time. Now first of all, Gabby, why is it that you always attract the psychos? Why you always gotta attract the people that go cray-cray? You know, didn't you have a psycho roommate before? I'm pretty sure you did. So now it's a psycho neighbor. Now maybe this is current time, maybe it's not. Either way, we're gonna find out and see what thing Gabby has managed to find. Because she doesn't look for them, they just come to her. So, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. The crazy and the drama always come over for home, for supper, eat the bacon, all that shit. But, alright, let's see what we got today, Gabby.
Welcome back! This is a story that I've held on to for about a year because I had to wait for this person to either move out, get evicted, or die. One of those three things happened, and I can tell the story. Before we get started, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you missed my story times and if you want some more, and subscribe to my channel and turn on my notifications if you haven't. Let us start at the beginning, where one generally begins. Some of you guys, if you've been here long enough or if you follow my vlog channel, may remember when I moved to my new apartment. Well, it was my new apartment. Now it's my now apartment. But at the time, I would have been moving into this apartment. So one day, I was taking out the trash when I noticed a laughably handsome, impossibly in shape and unnecessarily shirtless man. No, Greek god, walking in my direction in the hallway carrying a bunch of bags. Immediately, my wheels start turning and I'm like, oh, he's cute. He has bags. Somebody just moved out right next door. He's probably moving in. We'll become best friends, share laughs and heartaches, and then years down the road realize that love was in front of us all along. Being the social butterfly and notorious flirt that I am, I averted my eyes and quickened my pace as to speed past him. I'd also like to note that not only was I taking my trash out in a shopping cart, that's right, I'm pushing a shopping cart full of trash, you know, like a homeless person. But I was also doing it in a shirt covered in my own face. You know, like the world's most narcissistic homeless person. Doesn't exactly scream, I'm dateable, or even I'm mentally sound. So I drop off my trash and go to take out a second shopping cart full of trash, and wow, this story is already really embarrassing for me. Of course, serendipity says that at the exact same moment that I'm taking out round 2 of trash in a shopping cart in a t-shirt covered in my own face, he would be returning to his own apartment once more, but this time with a very large box that was bursting at the seams. This time, I decided that it was fate, and we were meant to be the Monica and Chandler of this decade. And it pains me to know that a very hefty majority of my followers probably don't know what I'm talking about, but for the 7 of you that do, you feel me? So just as I peek up to give him a little smile, his box explodes and his stuff goes everywhere, which, according to the law of 90s sitcoms, was the universe's invitation for us to fall in love. So, not being the type to disobey the universe, I help him pick up his clothes and we start chit-chatting about how we're just moving in and where we came from and what we're doing. And as fate would have it, once more, we both reach for the same t-shirt at the same time, touch fingertips, our eyes slowly raise to meet one another's glance, and no, that didn't actually happen, but wouldn't that be amazing? Anyway, I invite him over to my apartment next door for a welcome to the building type drink. Everything's chill, we get a little tipsy, we get to know each other a little bit, and I ask him to come out to karaoke with my friends and myself that night. Then my fantasy ends. He tells me he can't because a girl is coming over. So it turns out we're less of a Chandler and Monica and more of a Rachel and Joey, which I'm still cool with. In fact, that night he even said out loud, I feel like we're gonna be like Joey and Rachel. I'm just gonna knock on your door all the time. And I laughed and I was like, ha, yeah, that'd be funny. He's a man of his word. He starts knocking on my door a lot, like a minimum of 2 or 3 times a day. Like I need to pretend I'm not home and stop moving times a day. Like I stop watching TV in my living room because I know he'll hear me from the hallway times a day. Like, come in on my way out the door for the gym in the morning times a day. Then in the afternoon, ask me if I have any snacks times a day. Then at night to know if I have any alcohol times a day. For no reason, most of the time. Don't get me wrong, I liked the friendship. It was like having a roommate to hang out with, only I was paying the rent of a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom by myself, and now feeding a grown man. Now, he was also really helpful. Like, he helped me build furniture once. He insisted, in fact, I mean, it took about 48 hours longer than it would have if I would have just hired the IKEA people like I wanted to do, but he insisted that I did not. And it wasn't really put together correctly at all. But it was the gesture. It was also kind of crazy how often I saw him in the hallway or at the elevator, like almost every single day. It was like our schedules lined up so perfectly that we'd always be at the door at the same time. Always at the elevator at the same damn time. And one day, I came to see him standing in the hallway like this. And I was like, oh, hey. But then I saw a girl standing very far, like 8 doors down on the other side of the hallway like this.
God. Oh, God.
And then I had to awkwardly scoot with my head down past all 8 doors like this. They didn't work out. Now, it didn't take long for things to get weird. Like, he'd come over and we'd be watching a show, and all of a sudden he'd get behind me on the couch and start spooning me. Now, I don't know if you've ever been cuddle assaulted, but it is very emotionally scarring and uncomfortable. Then he would try a few times to kiss me, like not reading social cues at all. Eventually, he told me that he had very strong feelings for me because I was independent, smart, successful, strong, and sexy. I can't believe it myself because this man was chiseled from stone in the lost city of Atlantis, but I had to let him know that I just wasn't interested. He was Joey's own. That didn't stop the clinginess, and it didn't stop the knocking. And with every felt the tension grow a little bit tighter. And with each,
do you have any snacks?
I felt my frustration grow a little bit higher. And with each,
hey, let's drink. Do you have any alcohol?
I felt my patience run a little bit thinner one day. He texted me and asked me if he could come over. I told him I had 2 guests and I was working, I was filming a collab video, and I couldn't hang out. Then, as said friends were over, I heard a on the door. So I walked over to the door and I opened it a crack and I said, hey, told you I had guests, can't hang out right now. And he pushed past me into my apartment right here in this very spot, Your Honor. And he said, Gabby, I need your help. And in my head, I said, oh, you're drunk. He, in front of my 2 friends who he had never met, fell to his knees and said, I'm begging you, please help. Then he fell to his face, nearly crying, and said, I spilled wine on my carpet. What do I do? My friends are staring at me like, who is this? And I'm like, I don't know. But I just was like, dude, I don't know, club soda? I don't know. Like, I don't, look at my carpet. I don't clean this shit. Google how to remove wine stains. I don't know. And he said in front of my friends, seriously, you're not gonna help me after everything I did for you? And I was like, dude, I have guests. I'm working. Even if I wasn't busy, I would have no idea how to help you because I don't get wine out of carpet. What? So I told him I was busy for the rest of the night and I'm sorry I couldn't help him, but like Google it, try club soda. I don't know. I think I'm done with him for the night. So my friends and I finish up our collab. I walk them out, and as I'm returning, I see that he is leaving his apartment and coming over to my door to knock on my door again. And I'm like, dude, I told you I was busy for the rest of the night because I needed to edit and upload that video that night. And he's like, I know, I'm sorry, I just really need your help. And I was like, okay, show me the stain. So he took me to his room and he shows me the stain, and there it is, just a big red wine stain. And I was like, did you try club soda? He said, I don't have any. I said, did you go get some? He said, no. I said, did you get carpet cleaner? He said, no. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do? This wine stain's been sitting here for like over an hour. Like, what do you want? So I go get paper towels and water and I'm trying to like dab it up and it's not working for a few seconds. And I'm like, listen, I don't know, I'm sorry, but I have to go work now. And as I started to walk out of his bedroom door, he stands in front of me like this and goes, why don't you care about me?
What?
What? I was like, hey, you're drunk? You're being real weird right now. I'm leaving. So I start walking away and he yells after me, don't you dare walk out that door. And then he says, if you walk out that door, we're over.
What?
And I continued to walk out the door. And then when I left, he stormed out of the door. Now we're both in the hallway. I'm at my door and he says, don't you dare go in that apartment. And then I went in my apartment and I thought I'd be done with this for the night. Then I get a text. You know those texts that is so long that you gotta click it open to read? It was one of those. I don't remember exactly what it said because I deleted our thread, but it was something along the lines of, you don't care about me, you've never cared about me, I've done so much for you, you've never offered so much as to buy me lunch, etc., 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 etc. It was just a whole bunch of crazy. So I ignored him. A couple days later, comes over. He's already drunk again. He goes, I'm so sorry. for the other night. I was drunk. I was upset because I knew I was gonna have to pay for this carpet stain. I was lonely. Can you forgive me? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. He said, do you want to come out to drink with me tonight? I said, no, I have to work. So he leaves. He goes to the bar by himself. He was wearing this really adorable maroon sweater. He looked so great. Comes back wasted. He asked if he can come in. He says he's really lonely. I said, listen, I have to work. If you want to come sit in my office while I edit, that's fine. But like, I can't hang and talk right now. Comes in my office. I'm sitting at my desk chair. He lays on the ground, wraps his arms around my feet as I'm working, and says, nobody's ever going to love me. It was just like a lot. Like, we were only friends for a couple months at this point. I don't know. Anyway, we stopped talking for a while, like a long while, and it was so weird because I stopped seeing him altogether in the hallways, at the elevator. Like, I literally did not run into him at all. Then one day, like legit months later, I get a text from him. I don't even remember what it was, but he said something that broke the ice. I think something about a video I posted or something. Basically apologized for being a mess, and I said, yo, it's cool. I'm a mess too. It's fine. And then I started seeing him in the hallways again. I don't know how to explain it. It was just weird. Like, the time that we weren't speaking, literally never saw him. And then the day we made up or whatever, he's just everywhere again. Anyway, that's pretty much the whole story. And I also have to say, we're still really good friends now. And I did ask him if he was okay with me making this video, and he said yes. And we're even considering having him come on. He's actually a really cool guy when he's like, cool. Does that make sense? And also, he moved out. He didn't get evicted and he didn't die. Here's this week's Showstopper of the Week. Thank you so much for all your support. If you would like to be Showstopper of the Week, just make sure you're very active on my Twitter and my Instagram. Also, I was nominated for an iHeart Award and also a Shorty Award. So I will leave the information on voting down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not. And as always, I love you very much. Thanks for being a part of my family, and I'll see you next time.
Okay. Alright, so remember, sometimes weird psychos are nice people. And sometimes you should just run the fuck away and call the police if they don't stop talking to you. Life goals, life lessons, life ways. Do not forget it. Anyways, that'll be all for today. Gabby and is still fabulous. And that's all. So thank you guys, and I'll see all you strange, beautiful people in the next video. Bye, guys.